What is up? What is going on? Welcome, fellow fans of Clash of Clans. It is your host, Galadon. Super excited to be here if you couldn't tell already, and because, well, today's episode is a three-parter, okay? So we'll start out with the first part, which is these balance updates, which are so incredibly exciting. I'm kidding. I mean, come on, really? Really? This is what you're going to give us right now, Supercell? This is all we got? Balance changes? And on top of that, these are like minor league balance changes, okay? So first of all, don't think that this is the big quote-unquote content update, okay? This is just going to be the first part of a three-part episode talking about the balance changes. Part 2, we will talk about the real updates coming to Clash of Clans this year. And part 3, we will talk about free stuff for you guys because we're getting real, we're getting significance, and I'm making sure that more and more and more of you get free gold passes, free gems, free whatever you might need. Okay, so stick around for the entire episode if you can. Now, first things first, these balance changes. Not exactly momentous. Here we go. Spring traps increased radius from 0.7 to 0.8 tiles. That's right. Grab your children, hide the cats and dogs. All right, so a slight nerf to say some ground attacking. That is technically, if you think about it, greater than a 10% increase of their radius. Will it be a huge difference in attacking? Probably not. But then again, most of these changes aren't. And I just feel like, I'm totally underwhelmed. I'm trying to make it exciting for you guys because, it is technically a balance update, but let's be real. The first part of this episode, not gonna keep you strapped to your seats unless you're a fan of Tribe Gaming 3 stars, in which case you can check out some epic triples happening in the background as we talk about these amazing changes. So here we go. Bomb towers are seeing a lot of changes. There's some significant, there's a lot of changes happening to bomb towers. I don't know if we could call them significant, but here you go. So hit points, levels 5, 6, and 7, they're seeing an increase of less than 10% hit points for the level 5, less than 10 for 6, and then slightly more than a 10% increase for level 7. So, honestly, I feel like the bomb tower is kind of the bastard child of all defenses. It doesn't really get the respect that it deserves. A lot of people don't upgrade it early enough. Technically, it does do a lot of damage in the right position and against the right army, so I'm happy for the bomb tower that it's going to be a little bit more respectable. Also on DPS at levels 5, 6, and 7, we're going to see a pretty slight increase in the amount of damage per second that the bomb tower puts out. And then last but not least, maybe last but also least, bomb tower death damage. This only changing to levels 6 and 7. When it blow up, it make bigger boom. And yes, it is a less than 10% increase in the death damage from the bomb tower. But, when you're looking at hogs, miners, yetis, yeti mites, it could make a difference overall. And then finally, we've got cannons seeing a decrease in their DPS. And this one, there's somebody that's been crunching numbers somewhere that can tell me why. And honestly, maybe Itsu could. Level 16 cannons go from 125 to 124 damage. Seriously, really? 125th less damage per second? And then level 17, they drop it by a whopping 2. And again, I don't, as first glance here, I don't see that this even makes sense to do. Like, that seems like a waste of programming time. But again, there are probably some number crunching mathematical genius Clash of Clans players and devs that I bet if we got them on the line, they could tell you exactly why this was necessary and what it is targeting. But for me, looking at it on the surface, can't tell you, can't help you, just gonna let you know those are the facts. So honestly, maybe cannons did feel a little bit strong, but I don't know if 1 DPS is going to be significant enough to make a difference. Again, we'll see. And of course, remember, these are just balance changes. This is not a content update, a completely different beast than balance updates. Okay, so this is a balance update. Now let's talk a little bit more about content updates. If you missed my 2-part interview series with Darian, well, let me tell you, you missed out. You missed out on some significant Clash of Clans news, and no, I do not have the time to go over the entire episodes. It was nearly an hour-long interview with Darian, and we covered so many different subjects that honestly, you need to go back on my channel and check those videos out if you haven't seen them already. And while you're there, could you hit the like button just gently to press and make it happy? Just leave another like in the video if you don't mind. All right, thank you guys so much because I do appreciate it. And in a nutshell, Darian said, well, let's see. He said that the Clash of Clans team is striving for, he couldn't make a promise, but they were striving for a new content update every quarter, which would mean we would see 4 this year, which would also mean that we are likely to see one in March because we haven't seen one yet this year. Obviously, Town Hall 13 was a huge update, a significant release for the game, and a lot of players are still working on that, but it sounds like there's some cool content coming for the first quarter, hopefully, of 2020, and then another one every 3 months or so for the rest of the year. Darian also said that they are truly striving to update the new Town Hall level, meaning Town Hall 14 would come in less than, or at the maximum, 18 months after Town Hall 13, which he also said makes it extremely unlikely that we would see a new Town Hall released in 2020, which makes sense, and I'm good with that as well. Although it sounds like in the first half of 2021 that we could expect it. Now, whoever would have thought, okay? I'll tell you right now, back in 2013, making videos about this game, I never imagined that it would be the next decade and I would still be here making videos about a game that is still hitting #1 in the App Store, okay? This game is setting all sorts of new records and has just been going gangbusters ever since, honestly, the big turning point I feel like for Clash of Clans, revenue-wise and player activity-wise, was the Gold Pass. And then Darian talked about the Gold Pass, and he said that, hey, Gold Pass, season rewards, and the clan games were kind of in the same category. He didn't use the word category, but think about it as a Town Hall 13 type of thing. Those things all kind of came together. So what we're expecting and what I got from the interviews with Darian were that we should expect more cool, unique, and unexpected additions to the game along the lines of the Gold Pass and the clan games, but not the same as them, coming between now and Town Hall 14. So what I'm thinking, and if you really listen to the video, you'll notice that he talked specifically about clans. So he dropped some major hints about changes to clans. And what does that mean? Well, okay, my take on it is this. We've lost global, right? And that was a big loss for a lot of people. I realized that there were probably many thousands of players who stopped playing Clash of Clans because they felt that was a significant or a fundamental part of the social aspect of the game. So maybe Supercell sees that as well. The Clash of Clans team realizes that, hey, now that we've lost global, the only way that players have to communicate with each other and feel like they're part of a larger community often, if they're not involved in social media, is clans. And right now there's 50 members to a clan, and they can talk in clan chat, and that's it. They work together on clan games, and that's about it. I'm thinking, and okay, I don't think that it means necessarily that clans will have 100 or 200 players. I think it's going to be more complicated than that. I feel like we should be anticipating something significant coming to clans that helps keep a clan together. And it may not just be about communication. It may be more about teamwork. And I honestly, I don't know. I would love to hear your input down in the comments of what you think Darian meant when he spoke about that in the interview episode. So yes, we're looking at 4 updates this year, Town Hall 14 next year, and really cool stuff to keep the game rolling. You have to realize that they are definitely on a roll right now. The activity, the revenue is up, and revenue, although of course it doesn't matter as much to us, revenue is good overall because it means as long as Supercell is making money off of this game, that we can expect to see new content, they can afford to pay their developers, and yada yada, so on and so forth. Now, of course, as long as we're on the subject of money, let me talk a little bit to you guys about the giveaways, okay? I'm not going to sit here and harangue you about the creator code Galadon. To be honest, you guys have been more than amazing about that, and that is why I am here to say that I have got another set of at least, let's go 200. Okay, let's go 200 gold passes in the month of March, all right? We did it in February. We've gotten, it's been insane. Just if you scroll through and check out the recent posts on my community tab on my YouTube page, you'll notice that I gave away, in one day we gave away about $200 in gift cards, but also on my Instagram, on my Twitter, and in my Facebook live streams, fb.gg/realgaladongaming. If you guys are not following me on all of the socials, then seriously, you're missing out, okay? I have recently added the community page on my channel as a significant spot to give away gold passes and gift cards. A lot of people say they can't make it to my streams, they can't have Twitter, they don't have Facebook, or they don't want to have Facebook, and that's fine. I totally understand, but if you're here and you're listening to this video, then that means that you do have the ability to check out my Clash of Clans community page on YouTube, okay? The notifications, if you have those turned on, you will also get notified when I post to my community page, and that is where, like I said, today alone, we gave away over $200 in gift cards, and that includes Amazon, iTunes, and Google Play. And like I said, that is going to continue every single month as it did in the month of February. We also gave away and raised over $2,000 to the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation and cysticfibrosis.org. I've got way more charities in mind so far for the rest of this year. I believe we gave to 8 or 10 different charities in 2019, but that's because of you guys, the true #GalFam. So thank you for sticking around all the way to the end of the episode, for using creator code Galadon. Now get out there, make the best of the rest of your day, be kind, be blind, and I'll see you back here again tomorrow for more Full Attacks. Did I forget anything? I think that's everything.